Good morning, students. A warm welcome to my next class, Articles. I am Surender Kumar, lecturer in English. Today we are going to discuss articles, their uses, and how to answer the questions related with board and competitive exams. Articles is the favorite topic of English grammar because it is frequently asked in all the examinations. That's why today we are going to discuss articles. Before the discussion, we have to understand the concept of articles. What are articles? For example, the three words a, an and the. A, an and the. These are known as articles in English grammar. Basically, they qualify nouns. That's why they perform the action as adjectives or determiners. These three words in English grammar, a, an and the or the, are known as articles. Where do we use them? How do we classify them? We can classify them in two parts. A and an are known as indefinite articles. Why are they indefinite? Because they qualify anything, any person or anything in general, not a particular or specific person or thing. For example, a book. A book means any book. If I say bring a book, means you can bring any book. Please give me a pen, means any pen. In general, there is not specific. We go to a shopkeeper and we say, give me a marker. Which marker? Any marker. It means any. That's why they are known as indefinite articles. They are not definite. Opposite of definite is indefinite. These are the short form of one. That's why a and an are used for singular nouns, for singular words. They are used because they refer to one. They are the short form of one. That's why they can't be used with plural nouns. For example, a boy, a girl, an ink pot, an apple means one. They refer to one. If there is a word in plural after a blank, you can't fill in a or an. That's why, because they refer to one. They refer to singular nouns. The next is the. This is known as the or the, depending upon the word followed by it. This is known as definite article because the refer to definite or specific or a particular person or thing. That's why we use the before a particular or specific or definite thing. So the is known as definite article. Definite article. In this way, these three words are known as articles. Before going to discuss the topic of articles in detail, we have to understand the concept of sounds. I will take 5 minutes to make you understand about the concept of sounds. Because the use of articles a or an depends upon sounds, not the spellings. What matters is the sound, not the spelling. Sound of a word, initial sound of a word decides the use of a and an before them. They are used before nouns or for nouns to make them qualify. That's why we have to understand the concept of sounds. As you know, there are only 26 letters in English language and The problem is there are 44 sounds. 26 letters produce 44 sounds. There is no one-to-one correspondence in English as found in Hindi. There is no one-to-one correspondence between the spellings and sounds in English. This is the main problem. But in Hindi, there is one letter for one sound. But here, a letter produces one sound in a word and the another sound is another word. That's why we have to understand the basic concept of sounds before discussing articles. As you know, 26 letters A to Z produce 44 sounds. And out of these 26 letters, there are 21 consonants and 5 vowels. Which letters are vowels? A, E, I, O and U. These 5 letters are known as vowels. They produce 20 sounds, not 5 sounds. That's why we have to decide the sound produced by the initial letter of a word. These 21 consonants produce 24 sounds. That's why we have to understand the concept of sounds in brief. 21 consonants produce 24 sounds and 5 vowels produce 20 sounds. Out of these 20 sounds, there are 12 monophthongs and 8 diphthongs. आपको बहुत ज़्यादा इसकी डिटेल में जाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. You have to understand that these 5 vowels produce 20 sounds. It means we have to identify the sound produced by the vowel. Before these 20 sounds, we use N as an article. And before these 24 sounds, we use O. These 24 consonant sounds, we use A. And before these 20 vowel sounds, we use N in the exercise of articles. So, what are these monophthongs? Monophthongs are known as pure vowel sounds, single vowel sounds. For example, a vowel sound in, and, man, etc. But these are 8 diphthongs. Diphthongs means 2 vowel sounds come together to produce a single vowel sound. That's why they are known as diphthongs. As in case of fine, F-I-N-E. This here the letter I in the word fine, F-I-N-E. This letter I produce I sound. That's why these 2 sounds come together to produce a single vowel sound. These are known as diphthongs. We need not to go into details. We just have to know the basic information about the sounds. Because in case of articles, sounds matter, not the spellings. Now, the case is, all the 5 vowels produce vowel sounds in most of the words. But in some words, they produce consonant sounds as well. And before consonant sounds, we use O, not N. That's why you need not to be confused by watching, by observing, or by having a vowel at the initial position of a word. Pronounce the word and identify the initial sound of the word, and then you will be able to use correct article before the word. For example, in most of the words, vowels produce vowel sounds. For example, onion, Here, this letter O produce a vowel sound. Orange, this O produce a vowel sound. Apple, this A produce a vowel sound. There is no problem. The same letter vowel produce the same vowel sound. But if we take some other examples, in the same way, most of the consonants produce consonant sounds. But for example, book, pen, man, cat. This consonant B produce B sound in this word. Pen, this letter P produce P sound in this word. This letter M produce M sound in this word man, and this letter C produce initial sound K in this word cat. There is no problem because these consonants produce consonant sounds. These vowels produce vowel sounds. But इसको मैं कुछ इस तरीके से समझाऊं आपको कि एक बार वोवल्स और कॉन्सोनेंट्स की आपस में लड़ाई हुई और कुछ वोवल्स ने कॉन्सोनेंट की आवाजें निकालनी शुरू कर दी, आप ऐसा कह सकते हैं। बदले में कुछ कॉन्सोनेंट्स ने भी वोवल्स की साउंड्स निकालना शुरू कर दी। तो जिन जिन वर्ड्स में वोवल्स ने कॉन्सोनेंट की साउंड प्रोड्यूस की, वहां हम ए यूज करेंगे, और जिन जिन कॉन्सोनेंट्स ने वोवल्स की साउंड जिन वर्ड्स में प्रोड्यूस की, वहां पर ए यूज करेंगे। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट्स टेक एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ द वर्ड यूनियन। ऑफ कोर्स दिस word union starts with the letter U, which is a vowel. But when we pronounce these words, we say union. The initial sound is ya, like this, U. That's why we can't use N before this word. Next is university boy. This U in this word university boy produce a ya sound, and ya is a consonant. Before consonant sounds we use a, and before vowel sounds we use n. Next word one, 1 rupee note. In this phrase, the first word one, here the vowel o is producing v sound, not O sound. That's why we shall use a 1 rupee note, we shall use a university boy, we shall use a union instead of n union, n university boy, and 1 rupee note. Understand? Now let's take the example of consonants which produce vowel sounds. Let's take a few examples. Here, honest, dash honest man. In these words, in most of the words, if O is followed by H at the initial position, H is silent. Of course, there are some exceptions to this rule, but in most of the words, for example, honest, it is never spoken as honest. If you speak it, pronounce it like honest, then you will never be able to fill in the correct article. That's why it is pronounced as honest. Initial sound is O, which is a vowel sound. Next, H-O-U-R. H is silent here and it is pronounced as R. 1 R. And we can say an honest man. N-R. H-E-I-R. Here, this H is silent, is not pronounced. It is pronounced as ear. And next, some abbreviations. Of course, this abbreviation starts with a consonant, S, M, etc. There are so many others also. L, L, B. action, L, X, S, M, all of these letters are consonants. But when we pronounce these abbreviations, a vowel sound is produced at initial position. S, A sound is produced. M, A sound is initial sound. L, again A. And X, again A. That's why we use N before such abbreviations. But if we write it in detail by expanding the abbreviation, for example, SDO, if we write dash subdivisional officer, then it becomes sub sound and we will use a subdivisional officer. But here, when they are written in abbreviation forms, SDO, then we'll use NSDO, NLLB, NAction, and MP. We must have a good command over the sounds. Then there will be no error while filling in the exercise of articles. That's why we had this brief discussion over the sounds. And now we shall discuss articles in detail one by